too long ago I bought myself a 90-degree Milwaukee impact wrench and I was proper impressed with it. A really nice bit of kit, proper professional gear. And off the back of that I bought myself something else from the same manufacturer, from the same supplier. And without further ado, I'm going to open the box. Paperwork, I'll worry about that later. And I hope you can see from this, packaging's really well done. There's loads of softening in here, proper protection from the postal system. Furrow a bit deeper. And we have one power unit, lithium ion battery. I'll tell you a bit more about this one in a couple of minutes or so. And in the bigger box, this is the business end of things. And this is one of their extension ones, probably be a bit on the small side for me. But it's available if needs be. And in a moment or two we'll have a look at what's inside. Now this is not an impact wrench, so you're not going to find oodles of torque with this. It's quoted on the box as 75 Newton meters. This is geared more at sort of getting the smaller fixtures and fittings undone and out the way quicker than doubling around with screwdrivers and smaller wrenches and such like. We'll look a little bit more at this in a moment or two. Okay, so this is the battery that I purchased with this unit. It is a little different to the one that goes with the impact wrench that I bought recently. This is advertised as a higher output, supposedly according to the box up to 25% more. How they've done it, don't know. Maybe it's better quality cells with a lower internal resistance. Maybe there's two sets of cells paralleled up. But I intend to do an experiment at some point with this battery in the impact wrench and make a judgment of if it's better or not, and if it is, by roughly how much. No science involved. So better have a look inside, haven't we? Packaging pretty much the same as the one that came with the impact wrench, and the cell itself nicely isolated in plastic. You short these out, they're capable of driving high currents. That equates to possible fire, so it's nice to see them properly done up in something that's insulated. And that is the battery. Stated capacity 5 amp hours. It's in a ridiculously small space. This is one of the beauties with lithium ion, and get a lot of electricity into a pretty small space. And the things aren't heavy. They're back in the days of NiCads, they're proper heavy. Terrible for the environment as well, full of cadmium, not good. Right, so that's the battery. And this is the main unit. Even just picking the box up, like the impact wrench, it's reassuringly heavy and not overly heavy, but it's not giving me the impression of anything being light and flimsy in here. Let's open her up and see what we've got. And there we are. Got a protective plastic around the unit. And here we are. There's a lot of metal work on here. Counts for the weight to a certain degree. And first impressions, it just exudes quality. Just like the impact wrench, it inspires confidence literally from the moment it comes out the box. Yeah, proper impressed so far. So the next thing to do is get the battery on charge, and then we'll give it a run. And this is one of the other beauties with this system. Any of the M12 tools, equipment, what have you, will take any of the M12 batteries, of which there is a fair old selection, and off the top of my head they run from about 2 amp hour up to 6, and it's a very similar setup with the M18 system, but I don't have anything from that range yet. Okay, so this is the charger that came with the impact wrench, totally compatible with this battery, and again it'll take probably about an hour to charge. No rush with these things. All of the modern battery technologies I can think of, if you try and charge them too quickly, it's detrimental to the cells, shortens the lifespan and what have you. So I'm going to pop this on charge, probably go and grab a cup of tea, and I'll be back with you shortly. And this just plugs in, just like that. Power lights on, and that'll do its thing for however long it needs to. Right, be back. Right, as you can see, the battery's fully charged, green light and what have you. And that means we're good to go. Right, so the battery's had a charge, everything's unpacked, time to give it a whirl. And this just does that. As you can see, like the impact wrench, there's an inbuilt light again. This sends light towards the socket and not straight ahead, so you get the bit that you need illuminated actually illuminated. And in terms of operation, it's real simple. So on the body there is a 2-position switch. Lower position, everything's off. In the other position, system's energised. Hey presto, light and rotary motion. Now, unlike the impact wrench, the reverse is done on the head. Very simple. Now, one other thing that's come with this, which is a bit of a bonus, is this. And this is a little adapter, 3/8 to 1/4. So, hey presto, my new Ratchet now is 1/4 inch drive compatible. Now, if you have a look just around this area here, a little power meter, so when you're working you've got a good idea of what's left in the battery, and that way if it does run down some, you can always pop it on charge before it gives up the ghost. Yeah, I like this. I'm well impressed with the design. It's in no way light and flimsy. It's a proper tool. Okay, so some general impressions with this bit of kit. First and foremost, this is not in any way an impact wrench. This is a Ratchet, so much lower torques, different kind of works envisaged, and it's still a cracking bit of kit, and the whole thing just exudes quality. Tip to toe, the battery, the whole works. I'm not going to bother showing you doing things up and undoing things. It works. Does what it says on the tin, so to speak. With the impact wrench that I reviewed a short while back, I had one minor gripe with it. The 4-position selector for the different speeds, the light on it's a bit on the dim side for use outside, but with this it doesn't apply because there is no selector. Does it run at one speed? No, it doesn't. There is variable speed, and it's done by the trigger, just like that. So up to full pelt, and it is proportional, so it doesn't try and snatch your arm off when you engage the lowest speed. This unit comes with several options, several different guises if you like. There's a standard length, there's the extended length. This is an example of the extended length. I reckon it'd be more useful for me. 1/4 inch and 3/8 drives on both lengths. There's a 1/2 inch drive on the standard length one, but I couldn't find an extended one with a 1/2 inch drive. But for this sort of thing, I reckon for everyone, 3/8 inch drive absolutely plenty. No issues there at all. Just one thing to be wary of. There is an option for a high speed version, and whilst the unit will run at a higher RPM, you get penalised in terms of torque. So if you're thinking of buying one of these, just check what you're looking at, and keep an eye on the detail, so to speak. In terms of the batteries, this operates on the M12 system, and any of the M12 batteries will fit this unit quite happily, and they vary in capacity from 2 amp hour all the way up to 6 amp hour, and there's also a couple of options for a higher output cell, which is what I've got, and that's rated at 5 amp hour, which should be plenty for anything I can throw at it. In terms of cost, Is it the cheapest unit on the market? No, of course it isn't. This is professional kit. So there are cheaper items of a similar nature out there. Are they of a similar quality? No idea, because I haven't had my hands on one of them. Is it value for money? In my opinion, yes. It is wall-to-wall quality. Simple as that. For many years I've been of the opinion you get what you pay for in this life, and if you want quality, you have to dip in your wallet somewhat for it. On the upside, this sort of thing should, well, last me a lifetime. No two ways about it. Value, yeah, for me, yeah, absolutely. As with the impact wrench, this one came from a company based in England, Big Red Power Tools, hashtag not sponsored. I'll leave a link for their website in the description, and if you want, you can go and explore it, because the whole range is there, whole Milwaukee range. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this review, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.